Hello guys, and welcome to another video. And today, Nintendo dropped something that I was really looking forward to, and that is new info for Mario & Luigi Brothership. As you might already know, I am extremely excited about this game. You could definitely tell by my reaction to it, but this game looks absolutely incredible from what we've seen so far, and I still can't believe that the Mario & Luigi series is back. Like, it's been 9 years since the last game, in 5 years since the remake of Bowser's Inside Story, like around the time that Alpha Dream shut down. Actually, it's almost 6 years at this point since that remake. So it's been quite a while since we had any Mario & Luigi related content. So it's just amazing to see this game actually existing and actually being worked on by former Alpha Dream employees. It's still being speculated which company is working on it. A lot of people are thinking that it's Ilka, since there were a lot of Alpha Dream employees that moved to Ilka, and I think that might be the case. But we got a new kind of dump of info about the game. And I'm sure we're gonna get a new trailer released pretty soon worldwide, but usually they drop the information in Japan like a day before, so we'll have to see. But this is pretty exciting. And just keep in mind with this article, not everything is going to be super accurate because I'm using like Google Translate to translate this page, but I feel like we still do have like a lot of pretty concrete info with this article. And first off, I love this render here of Mario and Luigi. I think it looks really cool, and it kind of goes to show how faithful to the 2D artwork these renders are. Because these are 3D models, you can tell that they're 3D models, but they look really good. And they look very in line with the Mario and Luigi art style, which I like. It kind of has like a unique kind of style to it, which I really like, and kind of builds off of what we've expected from the Mario & Luigi art style, so I really like it. I would have liked if they did do 2D artwork, but I do like how they handled the 3D artwork here. It does look very nice in its own right. But yeah, so they already show like the direct trailer. We don't have to watch that. I've already reacted to it, but so there are like a couple names here that are different in English and everything. This is Concordia, and it kind of shows like the ship here, which is pretty interesting. So, and then we got a new render of Connie here, which is really cool. And it says, a kind-hearted girl who told Mario and Luigi about Concordia when they came from the Mushroom Kingdom. I know it's like a little broken there, but that's kind of what I assume it's saying. And then Snoutlet here is a slightly unique character who looks like a pig, but clearly isn't, because they insist that they aren't a pig in the trailer. So there's different drifting islands in the sea. So there's like different islands kind of surrounding the ship island that you're on. So there's gonna be basically like different areas that you go to. Even like with the Mario and Luigi games that do feel mostly connected, I feel like this still is in line with most of the series, because like a lot of games have like various areas that are kind of isolated. I feel like this was especially the case in Partners in Time. And I feel like this game might be taking a lot of notes from Partners in Time in terms of progression, which I don't mind, because this is like the first fully 3D title, and it would kind of make sense to go in that route with that. I mean, also Dream Team was kind of like, Dream Team was kind of connected to the other areas, but they did kind of branch off in various ways. So they're basically doing it in this game where each of the different areas they're going to are on different islands, and I think that's pretty interesting. So there's this will very likely have a different name in English, but it says Grand Island on here. Okay, I think this is the island that the one boss is from, Gorumbla. But this looks pretty cool. It's very rocky here, and you can see like various like Concordian characters. There's like a shop here, and okay, so that basically confirms that there's gonna be like the overalls and outfits like the previous games. So that's good to know that that same system will be in place here. And then there's also an item shop over there as well. We got like another look here. I like how there's like various NPCs kind of like throughout the world here. It kind of reminds me of like Dream Team a little bit, like with how the worlds were kind of laid out. But this looks very nice. It looks very open here, which I really like. Kind of like, it's basically kind of like the other Mario and Luigi games, where it kind of has a somewhat open area. Even if there's like a linear progression system like Partners in Time, there can be like areas that are a little more open and that you have to explore and everything. So I really like how this looks here. There's even like rock trees, which is pretty cute. And you can see the NPCs in this area in particular look a little different than in others, like they're wearing different outfits and things, which I think is interesting. I think there's going to be like different themes in each of the areas. So up here, there's also like a little handle thing. I think that's one of the Bros overworld moves that you could use to kind of launch yourself onto that platform. They showed that in the first trailer, and we could see like various question blocks and things scattered throughout the world here, but I just love how creative this looks. Like, this is really picking up where Dream Team left off, because Paper Jam, that was a pretty controversial game because it was, like, very generic and very reminiscent of New Super Mario Bros. There really wasn't much going on compared to the other Mario and Luigi games, so I'm glad they're kind of going back on track here and doing more interesting things, like more interesting locales and things. And then there's also like another rock structure. You could kind of see these throughout the world, like they're like shaped like the Concordians that live here. And then there's also like these bigger like Moai type ones as well, but they're more kind of blocky looking. Yeah, and then there's like a big one here. So this looks pretty cool. And also another thing that I've noticed, there does seem to be kind of a graphical upgrade from the first trailer. I think that was rumored somewhere, but I definitely kind of notice it here, because it looks very nice. So now we have the, on here it's called Tuis Island, but I'm sure it's going to be called something different in English, but this one is like the tree-like island here. And this looks very nice. I could definitely see some inspiration from some of the other forest areas in the Mario and Luigi series, like especially the one in Dream Team. A little bit of Bowser's Inside Story and Paper Jam, but mostly Dream Team, I would say. And the cliffs look really cool as well. Like, it has like a nice little design to it. You can see like the various enemies kind of roaming around here. Oh, and I also noticed like a rock here. I think that's something you can maybe like smash into. Sort of like the rocks and things in Paper Jam. So there might be like some kind of Bros move in the overworld that can let you do that. There's also like a little vent here as well. I'm not sure what that will be for, but looks pretty interesting. So we can see here like the Concordians on this island, they have like basically like little leaves on their head, and then there's like one with sunglasses over here, and then there's one over here too, but they seem to have like a different theme for each of these islands, which is really cool. Another like little pop-up item shop over here, and then there's like some sort of stage here. I'm not sure if it will have some significance in the story, but it looks very nice here and is really interesting overall. Then here's Mario and Luigi walking through the world, and it just looks incredible. I've noticed in this game that there's more views kind of towards the ground, like behind Mario and Luigi, rather than like, kind of like top-down, like how a lot of the other Mario and Luigi games are. So this is pretty cool. I definitely really like this new angle. It kind of makes sense in 3D, and they're kind of fleshing out the worlds to kind of basically accommodate for that new angle, to just kind of make it be less limited overall. So that looks really nice. Then we have Saetta Island, which will likely have a different name once again. But this looks really cool as well. I think we got like a little bit of footage in the trailer, not as much as the other islands. Yeah, this seems to be like kind of like a desert area from what it seems. And then you can also see like some cogs and some junk pieces here. So it kind of looks like a desert slash like junkyard wasteland type area, but there's also like a little town mixed in too. You can kind of see like the Concordians here are kind of wearing different outfits that kind of seem more fitting in the desert, and you can also see some like fruit here as well. And yeah, it looks pretty interesting. Kind of reminds me of Dry Outpost in Paper Mario 64 a little bit. Kind of gives me those vibes. But yeah, it also like a lot of these buildings here, it kind of reminds me of probably naturally of Wakeport from Mario and Luigi Dream Team because of how like blocky they look, but I think that's kind of due to the theming of this game, kind of being based around like electricity and plugs and outlets, so it kind of makes sense. And you can also see this character up here. It looks like it's going to be one of the enemies in the game based on like later footage that we'll see, unless that's like something different that I was just forgetting. But it looks like it's carrying a Concordian away. Maybe that's an important character, and Mario and Luigi have to kind of go after it and try to find it. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. Also, I think I noticed there's a recovery block up there as well, and it has the same design that it did during the 3DS era. So it seems like they're definitely retaining a lot of the things from the 3DS Mario and Luigi games. So we have another island here, Zenia Island. So this seems to be more of like so it's an urban island that's contributed to the economic development of Concordia. So there's like different businesses and a hectic atmosphere. This is really cool. I really like. There really hasn't been like that many like big city-esque areas in the Mario RPGs, so I think this is really cool. Yeah, again, giving me heavy Dream Team vibes here with like the whole kind of like island beach kind of theming with like a nice like town here. It definitely gives me those vibes. We could also see this is like where that different, or that building was, where there was like a battle going on inside of it. So I'm not sure like what this is here. Maybe it's some like sort of office building or something, or some place that Mario and Luigi need to be. And yeah, just again, I love the design of the NPCs here. I think they look really cool. So we have Conding Island. So this is kind of, once again, it's probably going to have a different name, but this is pretty cool. It's kind of like one half of it is like ice, and the other half is like lava. It's kind of like that one level from Super Mario Galaxy, like Freeze Flame Galaxy, I think it was, but they're kind of bringing that concept over here into the Mario and Luigi series. Wow, this looks incredible. Like, almost gives me, like, some vibes of, trying to think, like, definitely a little bit of, Paper Mario, like some of the icy areas, and, I guess, like, both, 64 and, Thousand Year Door a little bit, but also, I would say a tiny bit of Paper Jam as well. I would say, but it definitely does look more creative than that. It just looks like a more creative spin on the ice theme, but kind of like taking some elements of like previous Mario ice themes. But this looks really cool, and I really like how it looks. I definitely really like icy areas in the Mario RPGs. So we have kind of like the lava volcano side of this island as well. So I'm glad they're doing like a lot of creative and interesting concepts with the different locales. So now we're moving on to the battles. So we have a thing called a combination attack. So Mario and Luigi can use their normal jump and hammer attacks, which can be turned into powerful combination attacks by pressing buttons at the right time. That's interesting. Let me see this. Let me turn up the resolution a little bit. Okay, I see this. So, I thought it was a bros attack at first, but it's actually kind of like Partners in Time. So, with how it's basically just a regular Mario and Luigi equivalent to how Mario and Luigi would kind of the babies would bounce off of them in that game and hit the enemy again. This is kind of it's a similar concept to that, because you would have to press 2 different buttons in Partners in Time. So this is kind of a similar concept to that. I've been playing a lot of Partners in Time lately, so I kind of immediately picked up on that connection. Yeah, that is a really cool take on like the normal jump attack there. Yeah, I thought it was a bros attack at first, but I actually really like this approach. It's kind of a combination of Superstar Saga's bros attacks in the normal attacks in Partners in Time. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I definitely really like that. Because you can, like, I think you could choose to jump on the enemy normally, like you normally would, but you would get, like, extra attack power from, like, using, like, bouncing off of Luigi. So we also have the hammer as well. Yeah, that is really cool. There's also 10 coins as well, but those have been a staple in the series since Partners in Time, so that kind of makes sense. Let me see that again. Yeah, I know when selecting the enemy, I saw like a certain... Yeah. Okay, so I'm wondering... Yeah, it shows their level there and different things, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, I like how they're handling the attacks here. It's kind of like I said, it's kind of like Partners in Time, but they're doing like a little different approach on it here. So I think that's pretty cool. So we have the bros attacks here as well, like we mentioned the red shell. So, yeah, one enemy, like how it was in, Bowser's Inside Story. And I guess also, when it was originally introduced in, Partners in Time as well. And it's recommended to be used in, boss battles as well. And then, let's see. Oh! Let me see this. There's like a, thunder thing, Okay, yeah. Let's see this here, this footage. So this is like another bros attack, so it shows the shell. Luigi has the green shell, which makes sense. Which costs, 5 BP, and this other one costs 7 BP. Oh, and there's like that enemy that we saw earlier. So it's kind of like a switch thing. It's pretty cool. I like how cinematic it is as well. Oh, and we have the victory screen here as well. That's pretty cool. I'd have to say, I probably like the older ones a little more, but I still kind of like it. But yeah, and I definitely really like the battle theme as well. Like, it's definitely kind of... The one that we heard in the trailer was the normal battle theme, that's like confirmation of it here. And it sounds really good. I really like it overall. So, we have the, villains here, which are called the Extension Core. And we have artwork for them, which looks really nice. I definitely am really looking forward to seeing more on these new villains here. We have like a little cutscene here. So there's one of the enemies that was shown in the first trailer that's like that plant enemy. So I'm wondering if these like the Extension Core is going to be basically interfering with like different situations here. Almost kind of like Kamek in other Mario games, or I'm trying to think. Also Popple a little bit too. There's like some instances of like Popple doing that, or Dimentio and Super Paper Mario kind of did some similar things as well. So I like the kind of encounters before you fight like a different boss. So they always kind of like do something a little bit beforehand. Or also like Fawful kind of did that too, but we have like one of the screenshots that we got from the first trailer. Ooh, and we have another look at that new villain. So that new villain seems to be like kind of mysterious, and its identity is kind of being like concealed here because it's like question mark, question mark, question mark here. And you could see like the extension core here kind of like talking to him. So that is definitely pretty interesting. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing this new villain. But yeah, that is most of the new information that they showed here. So yeah, that is really cool that we finally got some new information for Brothership. I am really excited about this game, and I can't wait to see more. But yeah, I think that, yeah, that's the same article. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more, and make sure to check out my Discord server and Twitter if you want to. Goodbye.